Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They run it with Balaj. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Grant. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Darnold on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Out left to Shaheen. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On 1st down, Darnold throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got an open man, it's a good one. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins getting set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to, oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. Oh, it stays up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone.
He'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Leonard Williams in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. This is fielded at the 7. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special team went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Play action. It's Darnold. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So now here come the Dolphins. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in...
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Faking the give, Darnold. Anuno's got it, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. And they'll go with a ground attack here. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And they're running right through it. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down. Back to throw now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Finding room inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have it. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Open space inside the 10. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Higgins. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it.
And, it'll be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back him up halfway. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On 2nd down, Darnold. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Higgins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Spinning away. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. And they'll get this down to the 10. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
They'll set up to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They're going to look to throw. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up, and right up here in the booth.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Darnold. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Darnold looking middle, and it's incomplete. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Detroit! Back there in that Philly, here we go!
Now it's Darnold, rolling to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Here's Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run here with Balaj. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Gun.
On play action, they'll throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Now Balaj. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Here comes Montgomery now to return it. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. Now they'll run it on the toss. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama. To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. And this will be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Flush to his right. And he's got a moonwalk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Check.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, Darnold. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Charles Harris in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. The Jets on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and forever. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Higgins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll look to throw here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Avery Williamson coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Higgins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Gun! Over! Watching that, Barney! Gun!
They go play action here on first down. And over the middle, this is Parker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Kalen Ballage with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. 2nd down and 10, Darnold. Dancing to his left. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
On first down, it's Darnold. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Darnold on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very...
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Charles Harris in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. Darnold from the gun. And Eagles got it, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, Darnold. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And no, it's incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. A gain of 3, second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Again, it's Balaj. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
He'll drop to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Toss play to Balaj. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
And they'll run it here. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Sanders' kick is good, and that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Gone, 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 gone.
On first and 10, Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Darnold. And incomplete on the deep ball. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
To throw is Darnold. And he fires one, but incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Over.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Here we go.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
Here we go. 319. 319. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, tight.
One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all